Welcome to Core Java in-depth tutorial. So now we are going to see two classes, namely BufferedReader and Scanner. These three classes, namely data input stream, BufferedReader and Scanner, helps us to get input from the keyboard. So we already discussed about data input stream. So now we are going to see these two remaining classes, namely BufferedReader and Scanner. So first we are going to see BufferedReader. So how to get input from the keyboard by using this BufferedReader? So for that we are importing java.io.star. You should know the reason why we are importing this package. So here this IO package contains the BufferedReader class. So that is the reason we are importing IO package here. Then class followed by class name, then list of braces. So inside this class now we are going to define our main method. So public static void main. So for those main we can pass array of string objects as argument. So note it down, this square bracket can be a prefix or a suffix, or even you can use the square bracket with string class also. So there are three ways by which we can use this square bracket. Okay. So next, as usual, data input stream BufferedReader class also raises an exception, namely IO exception. So whatever be the exception, that should be handled inside the class. Okay. So that exception can be handled either by using throws keyword, otherwise we can go for a try catch block. Okay. So now we are going to create an object for this BufferedReader class. So how can you create an object in Java? Yes, first class name, then followed by object name equal to new keyword, then a constructor. So this is a parameterized constructor. So in this place only BufferedReader differs from data input stream. So in case of data input stream we are passing the system.in directly, but here in case of BufferedReader, again in this parameterized constructor we are passing another constructor, so whose name is input stream reader. So only inside this input stream reader this system.in is passed as an object. Okay. So BufferedReader d equal to new, again parameterized constructor. So for this BufferedReader we are passing another class. So that is input stream reader. So this is an constructor here, not a class. So only for this input stream reader we are passing system.in as an argument. So next we are going to get location as an input. So before that we are simply displaying a message by using the system.out.println. Okay. So how to get the input from keyboard? Again with the help of readLine method. So whatever be the input, so that will be considered as a string. So by default this readLine method returns a string value. No problem. We are actually storing this value in a string variable. So no need for any conversion. Okay. Then after getting the input, now we are displaying the output. Okay. So now we are seeing this output. So the output will be look like this. So here there is no message deprecated API. Okay. So when we are using data input stream and BufferedReader, the output will be the same. But only thing is data input stream is deprecated. So which is supported in the older version. So that is the reason we can go for BufferedReader. As usual, we are first entering into the directory in which we are storing our Java code, then compile the Java program, so which creates a .class file, and then interpret the class. Okay. So whatever be the location we are entering here, so that will be displayed. So this is the output of BufferedReader class. So the next is scanner class. So this scanner is in this util package. So that is the reason we are importing. So here we can use either star, otherwise you can give directly the class name. Okay. So next, within this test class, we are defining the main method. As usual, public static void main. So for this, we are passing array of string objects as argument. So next, we are creating an object for the scanner class. So scanner is the class name, followed by object name is SC equal to new. So this scanner is what? Yes, this is a parameterized constructor. So for this, we are passing system.in as an argument. Okay. So next, how to get the input? So if it is a string value, so we can directly use scanner object name dot next. So by default, next returns a string value. So that can be easily assigned to a string variable. So next, how to get a integer input? So in case of data input stream and BufferedReader, we are using integer.parseIntf. But here, in case of scanner, what we are doing is nextInt. So sc.nextInt. If it is float, we can use nextFloat. Okay. So after entering the roll number, now we are going to display both name and the roll number like this. Okay. So system.out.println. So here we are displaying both name and the roll number. And finally, we are going to close the scanner object. So in case of BufferedReader and data input stream, we are not using this close method. But here in case of scanner, we are terminating this object by using this sc.close. So this is the output. So the output will be same, whatever be the name and roll number we are giving as input, so that will be displayed. And finally, okay, so there are three important F which are available in Java. So final, finally and finalizer. So Google it and try to find the answer.